And so the who not how part, really just to simplify it, I was trying to build, kind of a story arc there. But the idea being is just collaborate with people, stay in your lane, do what you do best, and partner with other people that are great at what they do. That way, even from tech person perspective of investing in their skills to earn that income, to put it into somewhere else to grow their capital is a good idea. And I'm not saying, give it to a financial advisor or any of these other people. Always need to be educating yourself, right? Period. Understanding what's happening. But the point still stands is the who not how principle still works here in these private markets, in these different asset classes with private credit, et cetera. Even I, have done the same thing in the investments I have from being a limited partner in other deals. I've gone in single family homes. I've bought them and I've sold them myself. And this has been a learning curve for me on this who not how principle. Because I'll tell you this, and then I'll pause here, is that coming from a place in big tech where it's very competitive, right? It's very competitive. One of the hurdles that I had to really get past for myself was that I wanted to go do a bunch. Why would I partner with other people? I'm smart. I can go learn these things and I can do these things myself too. Right. And you realize, well, other people have way more experience and you need to join teams and you need to learn how to collaborate. But in addition, is that you go from this competition to more of a collaboration aspect. And I need to emphasize this because if you are going to try to do everything yourself, you will always play a small game. If you're going to try to do everything yourself, you will never work well on a team. And if you're going to try to do everything yourself, then you must be dreaming small.
Yeah, agreed. 100%. The collaboration is where the magnification and leverage happens. Uh, I mean, it's true pretty much in every trade. It's almost like we're trained through the educational system to be specialists. The same is true in commercial real estate and other asset classes. A significant specialty and significant expertise. And if you try to be, a jack of all trades,
Yeah.
you'll be the master of none.
Hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, it's really everything you said continues to resonate. Who knows how? It's almost with people, definitely the element. It's even probably with tools over time.
Hmm.
It's going to be which tool you're going to use. There's a lot now, but at some point, I am sure there will be specialty and deeper expertise. And for this tasks, you're better going with Claude, and for this task, you're better going with Perplexity. It's just kind of like over time that expertise develops, but it's
Hmm.
just changing very fast in AI. This is the thing. It's almost like you read this model is now better than that model, and better than that model, better than that model. But at the same time, if you're trying to solve advanced tasks, and some of them are difficult, even data research for private real estate, some of these tools just can't quite do it. They will hallucinate little too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. And, there's people are coming out with more and more of these tools as well. And I like, because they're applying, AI it's not a vertical, right? It's a horizontal. It's going to change all these different industries. Real estate here, as we're talking about it as well. And so, there are tons of companies, brokerage houses, whatever, too, that do have a bunch of data. And to the degree that they can, make it useful, they're also going to be specializing on certain things. And so you're going to have a lot more providers and a lot of tools that can be used for different purposes. And we'll see how that shapes out too.